Okay, so I pretty much want to pick up where we left off in the last video. One thing I have done is I did go ahead and copy the top and mirrored it down to the bottom. So this is all my low poly, and if I come in here and put an unwrap UVW on it, then I can open that up and you can see I've repacked everything. So initially, what we got here? Right here was where is the top, and the bottom was there. So I pulled that out and then repacked everything. And then I'll go back in and calculate my pack. I did kind of slightly scale up some of these edges a little bit to fill in the area a little bit more. So that pixel density in there is a little different, but not much, not enough that we would notice. So that's pretty much done. So with that all selected, I'm going to go ahead and right click and create a layer, and then we'll just call this low poly unwrapped, if I can spell. Okay, and so that's got the top and the bottom and then the main piece. And then it's got all that unwrapped in there and looks good, ready to go. Okay, so now we're ready to do the high poly. Alright, so we want to go back to, let's see, where am I at here? Not that one, this one. Okay, so this is the low poly with the chamfer still on it, which is what we want. And we can dump that checker off of there for right now. And so we're just going to, we can dump, well, we don't do that. Let's clone this. So we want to go ahead and clone this. Make sure we don't move it. It needs to be sitting in the same place. And we're going to call this high poly. Okay, so this is the high poly crate. And then let's go ahead and let's put it on its own layer. So it's a copy of that one because now we want to dump that chamfer off of here. And so I'm just going to copy that name and put it on there. Okay. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take this piece and we're going to cut it up and make it into the high poly. So I'm going to go from the front. Just make sure I know where the front is. And what I don't need anymore. Now, one thing we do need to make sure you do. Which we're good. Okay. We want to make sure there are pivots in the center, which it is. So now I don't need, okay, not by angle. I don't need any of this because I'm just going to make, just like we did before, we're going to make this the high poly and then we'll copy it around. So right now we don't need that. So then I'm just going to delete that. Okay, so let's see what we're going to do here. All right, so we need to, let's go ahead and detach this bottom piece. Okay, so we've got that picked there. And then let's just detach that. So detach. I'm not going to spend time naming it because it's going to end up being redone anyway. And then let's go ahead and let's do this side and add that to it. Okay, that's that piece, and then we'll detach that. And that's all we need off this right now. So let's go to this one. We're going to isolate this and see what we got here. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we can just pick these two, and then we can collapse that together. Oops, it's going in opposite directions. So easiest way would be then, I guess, to target weld it. That's there. And all right, so we're going to go to our snap, and I need to make sure it's on vertex, and then I want to enable this axis constraints. So I'm going to pick this vertex, and I'm going to go to move, and this axis, and align it to that. And we're going to do the same with this. And really, we don't need that. Actually, we do need that. So we're going to, as a matter of fact, I don't like that. We're going to go back. We need to, I need to make sure when I do this target weld that I go, now that I think about it, I don't want to target weld that. I want to split this. So what I want to do is to double click this and split this so that we are now into two separate pieces. All right, so let's isolate this now. And I need to detach that. Okay, so now I can isolate it. Okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and I think what I want to do is I'm going to take this, hold down my shift key and clone this edge. And then I think I'm going to get rid of this, 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 and this. And then let's just attach that. We're just using it for measurement anyway. Okay, so now I don't need those. Let me get rid of those. Okay, so now we can put a shell modifier on this. Okay, and that's the correct thickness because it goes right. That's the reason I left this, is so that we made this so that we could line that up. There it goes. Okay, so now I don't need this anymore. All right, let's end the isolation, and then for this one, move, go to this vertex, hold the shift down, and Snap it right there. Okay, so let's freeze that. And so now select that selection, and I don't need this piece anymore. Okay, so let's unfreeze. So I'm going to grab both of these. I'm going to highlight that axis so it's moving on that axis. And I'm going to pull up and hold down the shift key from this corner and then copy it to that corner. And then there's the ones for the top. Okay, so I can hide those. So now I can get rid of that, and I don't need this little lip either. And I don't need these either. Okay, so there's a board at the top, the bottom. Alright, so we need to now make this piece. So let's isolate that. And so let's go ahead and pick this one and delete it. And then I'm going to pick this one and I'm just going to detach it and leave it there just so I'm double check my measurement. So now I can put a shell on this. And it should be the correct thickness because it'll remember the last thickness I put in there. So that's good. So, alright, so now I don't need that anymore. Okay, so okay, we're just going to go up here and rename these real quick so it might get as confusing, but call this the top boards. Hide those. And then these two are the bottom boards. Okay, turn those off. Alright, then this is the right board. Okay, then I can do the same thing on that. Is make this axis active. Hold down the shift key. And then snap that to itself right there. Okay. Now come to the front. We're going to go here. And we can, let's grab both of these, make that axis. You'll see it turns yellow when I click on it. So that's the active axis. If I hold down the shift key now and I grab this corner and go across, I can snap it right there. And these will be the left boards. Okay, so now I don't need that, don't need that. And I think what I want to do right here is just detach this. So I'm going to detach that. So that's this one. Let's call this cross brace. Okay. So we have this, which should have the thickness to it. And so I'm going to get rid of the back side. And now this part right here is optional, which way you do it. Okay, so if you go this way, I can connect, and I'm going to want it with 5, like that. Or I could decide that I want to select this way, and I can get them going this way. So that's up to you whether your boards run this way or run the other way. I think I'm going to go this way. Okay, so now that I've got that, then I want to split this. So I always want to split it. And then we're going to put a shell on that. And what we can do is we're going to hide everything now. And now what I want to do is kind of split this. I want to turn that snap off so that I slide it so it's kind of centered in there. Like that. Doesn't have to be perfect, but we kind of want to center it. Okay, so now we should be able to, I'm going to have to pull out that cross brace. As a matter of fact, I think what I want to do here is, let's narrow this down. Let's go. As a matter of fact, let's make it 0, and then let's do 1 inch on each side. So 1 inch inside and 1 inch outside. Now I need to center that again. Okay, and I think maybe this cross brace I want to pull out a little bit further, or maybe something like that. Okay, so now let's pick everything, and we're going to put a chamfer modifier on it. And I think, if I remember correctly, and I'd have to go back and look. As a matter of fact, let's just hide this. Go back to our crate. And the chamfer was 0.3. Yeah, that's what I thought. So we're going to do this chamfer. And I would say make it a little bit bigger. So we'll go 0.32 to make it a little bit bigger. And we want 2 segments. And then we want to do this insert. And there we got it looking pretty good. And okay, so that looks pretty good. I do want to on these up here and down here, we want to put an edit poly modifier on that. And I think I want to move it underneath. Like that. Okay, so let's clone this around now. So we're going to pick it. We're going to go to rotate. We turn our grid back on. Then you're going to make sure this is on world and this is on world. And so when I hold down the shift key and I rotate it, oops, need to make sure I have my angle snap on. Then I can rotate it around 90 degrees. And then there we go. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to pick one of these. It doesn't matter which one. Go to Edit Poly, go to Vertex, pick these vertices. I can turn my end result on. No, I can't turn my end result on. And then slide this over like so. As a matter of fact, let's undo that. What we want to do is pick all 4 of these. Then go to Edit. Then I can select all of the vertices. And then we're going to move these inside. Okay, move to the left. And then I want it to go right inside there. Okay, so now I want to turn that chamfer back on. I think I don't want to do that. Let's just do it on the outside ones. Let's go back. So we're just going to do it on the outside ones. Not the inside one. Okay. No, I don't like that either. Boy, if I can make up my mind. So we're going to go just one. So let's just do it. One. Yeah, like that. Yeah, okay, let's do that. And then let's take this one and this one. Oops. Come on. And then do that. Has to go 2. So the inside one has to go 2 and the outside one goes 1. Yeah, like that. And then we're going to do the same on this. Edit Poly, select these and these. Those will go right up to there. And so it's going to look like that. Yeah, that's what I want. Okay, so now we can rotate that, hold the shift, and we're going to go 180 degrees. And so then I'll need to fix. All right, and you can do this. I think the way I want to do it is, I think I'm going to go this one. Right there. And then we'll do this one and this one. So which way am I doing that? Yeah, like that. Okay, and then this one and that one. Let's go right there. Okay, and then I just have to fix that corner. Okay, so you can do that corner. I'm not going to do that corner right now. It's just doing the same thing again. I want to go into doing the nails. So I need to look at this from the right. All right, so now we have to make the nails that are going to go in here. So we're going to start with a cylinder, make a small cylinder. Maybe something about like that. And on the cylinder, we want to give it one cap segment. We don't need any of these height segments. Okay, and then I can go ahead and convert that to a poly. I don't need the back. So we'll just go polygons by angle. Oops, don't move it. Delete that. And then I'm going to scale out so it flares a little bit, something like that. And that's way too thick. Let's move it. Maybe something about like that. Then I'm going to need a couple of locking loops. I need one here and there. And then we're going to put mesh smooth on there, turbo smooth. Doesn't matter. Let's do 2 iterations. Okay, from the top. All right, this is going to go over here. And let it can float over the top of that a little bit. And so I think that's probably a little big. Let's scale it down a little bit. Maybe something more like that. Okay, we want it kind of in the center there. Hold down the shift key. So we have two of those. Maybe about like that. And we'll grab two of those, hold down the shift, and then we need another set down here. Okay, let's put our gray shader on that. All right, then there's our nails. And then we'll have to copy those around because we'll need another set here and then, you know, all the way around. So all I have to do is fix this corner so it matches these other ones. And then nails on each side. And then that'll be done. And then I just have to use that same kind of technique and then redo the top and the bottom. Now, by the way, on our nails here, which says they're called cylinders right now, you can pick those and then you go to Tools, Rename Object, and we'll call this Nails. And then go Numbered and then rename it, and it'll rename those nails. So there we go, and a couple of those things to fix, and then this is ready to go. And then we just got to finish the top and finish the bottom, and then this is going to be ready to go to cast normals, geo normals off of this, so that we project all this high poly onto the low poly. Okay. Hope that helped you guys. All right. Thank you.